Pimples and puberty go hand in hand, but for 15-year-old Tiffani, her breakouts are so severe, she lives in physical pain each and every day. Even worse is the bullying she faces because of her condition.
On my 11th birthday, I noticed a bump on my forehead. It just looked like a boil. If I tried to hide it, it just started to go on my cheeks and under my jaw. A couple months later, I started noticing the same thing under my arm. The boils started to open and leak from rubbing, and I put tissue there so that it would stop leaking onto my shirts. A couple weeks later, the boil under my arm popped.
I saw rags full of pus and blood. I asked her, what was that from?
In my armpit, it was a hole.
It was really deep, and I got worried. That's when I took her to the ER.
I didn't know what to think. I was so scared.
They actually called several doctors in there because they didn't know what it was. My own child having something like that, I thought she could lose her arm.
Well, my father took me to see a dermatologist. The doctors told me I had hidradenitis suppurativa, and that is the most severe they've seen, especially for my age. They gave me a medication, but it didn't work. My chest started to bleed and ooze. I started having it on my back, behind my ears. It was also on my butt and on my crotch. The pain was so intense, pushing it or squeezing it out made it hurt less for a few minutes. When I woke up, I would just find piles of pus blood.
It really took a toll on Tiffani, and she cried a lot from pain and embarrassment.
People started pushing and saying, what happened? Did you get burned? I would try to be tough, and then I would come home and cry and sleep. I just was so depressed. I had 2 surgeries on my arms because the boils started to get lots of holes.
Watching Tiffani go through this, it's been really hard. So I feel like there's nothing I can do to help her.
Tiffani joins us now with her parents, Alfredo and Miranda. And Tiffani, I want to thank you for coming here today, because I know this has just been so hard on you physically and emotionally. But what's been the toughest part of all of this?
The toughest part is the pain and people seeing what happened to your face, and it just hurts my feelings a lot.
And I'm assuming as parents, it has to be so hard because there's nothing that the 2 of you can do.
Yeah, I have to see her go through something that's just so unfair at her age, you know? She doesn't get to worry about boys and makeup and clothes. She's worried about, you know, what's gonna happen when she goes out in public, who's gonna stare, you know? She has to worry about having enough bandages and appointments.
Well, and I think also for people to really understand Tiffani's condition, you gotta remember the main thing that bothers her beyond the stares and the bullying is the pain. What would it mean to you if your skin was normal?
It would mean that I don't have to hide, I don't have to cake makeup on my face anymore.
It would help give your life back, right?